EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Oh, well, hello there and welcome. It's nice here in Florida. We're finally getting around to a touch of springtime. Most people don't know that we do have 3 seasons, but we can certainly tell. And we had the much needed rain yesterday. Boy, did it flood, like between, I guess it was 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening. We've never had so much rain in about 6 months.
Yeah.
Really nice. And this morning coming to work, all the trees that had lost their leaves from the tornadoes last fall, guess what? They're now all budding and blooming leaves again. Everything is starting to look so much better. So we're pretty optimistic and happy, but this is a time of the year. Yes, it's tax time, but also we have to figure out for those who are 70 years old and older, we're talking about minimum required distribution from our IRAs. The federal government demands it. So what I did is for about 4 years, I took the minimum required distributions. It varied from a couple $100 to I don't know, about $50, $70 from one year to the next. The amounts kept changing. And it didn't amount to much to invest in, so I kept it in a savings account, which you know are low interest, 3 and 4% if you don't touch them. And let's see, last year, January of 2024, I took it all out of the savings account and bought this taxable investment account. I say taxable because I had to take it out of tax-free, which is your IRA, and they require if you don't spend it, you got to put it in a taxable account. So this account has very little in it, but it's come up kind of nicely after these years. In 2024, January, I had enough that I could invest $100,000. And what I did is I bought 1 or 2 really fundamental, I call them the rocks of the earth, investing, like Microsoft, not Trump,
Bill Gates?
Yeah. The Apple was getting very volatile last year, so I didn't buy Apple. But I did buy Microsoft. And that's expensive. That's like $106 a share. But I consider it my rock. I only have 90 shares of it even now. But it's a steady eddy. It really goes up in value, and it's a very good one that doesn't fluctuate much with the volatility that's going on now. Mm-hmm. If it goes down, it's maybe 20 cents, and when it goes up, it's 40 cents. So that I bought that amount when I first opened it and then forgot about it. Never added to it or anything else. Now, after that, since we still didn't have a lot of stocks, only one in the account, I added Cheniere. Now, in a whole year, Cheniere only went up $1 from $107 a share to $108. That by itself is not worth investing, but it gives 5.29% dividend interest every 3 months. So I bought it for that reason, to be sure to get dividends that I know will come out, just like a savings account. So 5.29% is not bad at all.
How do you know that, Martha? Do you look at certain statistics and stuff on the stocks? How would people know that what that dividend is?
Yeah, when you look it up, they usually give you an entire spread. Today's cost, the plus or minus, the cost when you bought something, and it also gives you the dividends regularly in a separate column.
Okay, so that's what you looked at. You didn't like the first one. You said you bought Microsoft because everybody knows what Microsoft is.
Right.
So it's kind of like a Fortune 500 one that you know it's going to be stable. It's going to be one of the workhorses. It's not going to be so volatile. But
Absolutely.
this one you looked at the dividend ratio of what it was doing over a course of a certain amount of time.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And then since then, there were others that I bought with the dividends, plus the yearly amount of my required distribution. And believe it or not, I've mentioned this stock before. It's Coterra, Cotera. It's one of the drilling for LNG, liquid natural gas. And it's very inexpensive. The cost is $25 a share, so I could be generous. I bought about 5 months ago, I bought 200 shares of that. But it is going up nicely. Before Christmas, it was $28 a share, and now it's 30-something. So I felt good about that one. And another one, which is drilling, is Devon, Devon. Since we have a new administration that's drill, baby, drill, this is a drilling type stock. It is slow to go up, but it's just starting to go up. It's $37 a share, which isn't too bad. And it also has dividend. It has a 2% interest every 3 months. So I figured I can't go wrong with that one. The other ones that I took were steady, what I call steady eddies. Even with the volatility of the market, they may, when things go, major stocks go down, this one may go down maybe 10, 15 cents, but then the next day it's up 30 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't mind that. And that is Home Depot. And the reason for Home Depot is very simply the people who still have 2, 3, and 4% mortgages, even though they want to downsize or upsize, they're staying put because their interest rate is fixed and is so low. So the beneficiary of that is Home Depot. They will build on a one-room addition, they'll remodel the house, they'll take a wall down and make the living room larger, whatever. They are working like crazy. And that stock it's a steady eddy when things are bad, like when we were worrying about a recession several months ago, but it doesn't go up much in a recession, but it doesn't go down. And when you have relatively few stocks, you don't want one that's going to be a loser and really hurt your total portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
So Home Depot, the cost right now is up there. It's $352 a share. And when I first bought this stock, I only, of course, bought 40 shares. I can't be generous about it. But since then, each month when I take a required distribution, I buy 2 or 3 more shares, and that's it. But it is well worth it.
Is there, Martha, just to interrupt you for a second, is there a difference why you would buy Home Depot rather than Lowe's?
Yes, the dividend is 2.5%, 2.5.
On Home Depot?
Lowe's is 1 point something.
Okay.
That's for the dividends. And Lowe's, it's funny. Right now, Lowe's is very good on some things. Like they have more of a choice of locks. I always go there to buy locks. I'd buy a home safe there, a number of things.
Mm-hmm.
But they are, as a stock, they've sort of like stood still.
Okay. All right.
And speaking of stood still, another one that's like that is McDonald's right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling their oats. I got 100 shares of that, but the shares when I got 100 was like about a full year ago. Now it's gone up like crazy. It's $307 a share.
Wow.
So I'm not buying any more of that at this kind of price. I'm trying to use my money to get some other stocks that may be increasing. And one that's increasing that I'm just buying now is U.S. Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Trump has forbidden it, which I'm glad, to be sold or incorporated in fully with Nippon, a Japanese steel company. And there's no reason we should sell our steel to a foreign country. Very simply, the reason we're not getting steel from China anymore is their steel is not as strong as ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we've had trouble. They used Chinese steel for a couple of high-rises in San Francisco. And after not a heavy wind, but they do get big cold fronts that come through with 50, 60 miles an hour. We're not talking about hurricanes. And they've had collapses. The U.S. steel is the strongest steel on the globe. And so, but why they were almost bought out by Nippon of Japan is since the 1950s and 60s, they have not upgraded their equipment, their computers, all the major aspects of their milling, the firing and heat control. So we've got to get up to date. Nippon is up to date. U.S. Steel wasn't. But inside of the last 3 months, it is working heavy on it. So I'm saying by another 3 months, it's going to be going up like crazy. It will be up to date and very competitive on the world market. And like I said, because of the coal we use to make heat and a number of other contributors, the steel is the strongest in the world. So sooner or later, that's going to be desired by everybody, and I just want to be there for when that happens. We have another Steady Eddie, which is very good. I only bought it this past October, and that is Walmart. It's now up to $93 a share. Last October when I bought it, it was $85 a share. It's going up well, but also what it is not as good, which is why I'm slowly changing this account. Instead of a high dividend account, I'm looking more for growth, which is a little riskier. But Walmart gives a dividend of literally 1%. That's it. It's better than nothing, but it's not that part is not attractive. Mm-hmm. The reason I picked Walmart, with my own personal experience, I did some shopping in Walmart, and lo and behold, they're not getting their clothes anymore for the most part from China. It's now Bangladesh, mm-hmm. India, and Peru are the biggest labels that I've seen when I went looking through their clothing. So unlike other companies, including drugs and medicines and what have you, we're not dependent on China, and Walmart in particular is moving away from China, and they didn't start doing it last week. They started doing it the beginning of last summer. They sort of saw the handwriting on the wall that China was getting too dominant, and all of a sudden their prices are going to surge. So I credit Walmart with planning ahead and getting other locations for the purchases of their products. And because of that, I think Walmart is a Steady Eddie, and I can't go wrong with that. It's not a stock that I look at every day like I do some others. And that's good to be in every portfolio. ExxonMobil is not bad, but it's very good, and it's all American. So I'm going to talk about that next as soon as we take a break. So stay with us. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Hey you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
It's the longest-running seafood festival in the Southeast, the Grant Seafood Festival. 2 days of live music and seafood to make your taste buds dance. March 1st and 2nd. Over 150 crafters. Admission and parking are free. As always, the Grant Seafood Festival is 100% volunteer run. All proceeds benefit the Grant community. The Grant Seafood Festival, March 1st and 2nd. Powered by Gary Yeoman's Ford Palm Bay. Maps and details at grantseafoodfestival.com.
Create your island paradise at Sunshine Furniture during our winter sale event. Save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington, including the newest collection, Key Biscayne. Living room, dining room, occasional chairs, office, and media furniture with sophisticated design and a mix of coastal and Caribbean style. All Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need for your Florida living. We have the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, Riverside, Hooker, Seawinds, Barcalounger, Best, and lots more. At Sunshine Furniture, we're the outdoor furniture experts specializing in patio sets that withstand the Florida elements, and we have a gallery of Berlin Garden and Bollywood. Come in now for the best prices of the year. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Don't miss the 50% off winter sale on Tommy Bahama and Lexington going on now. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and visit our outlet store directly across the street.
Hi there and welcome back. Hey, remember I already talked about Coterra, which is an oil stock, so I didn't buy as much of ExxonMobil, but it does quite well as a steady eddy. It is not as volatile like the way our gas pumps are. Up 20 cents one week and down 20 cents the next week and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I do recommend ExxonMobil. That's really quite reasonable. You can purchase it for $111 a share right now. And since last month, it was 106. So it's going up. And it also has 3.5% dividend. So you can't go wrong. That's kind of nice. I want to conclude by giving you a couple of pointers. When you just start out, be sure, and you want to get started with stocks, several stocks, get some of the dividend producers, because in addition to you contributing money whenever you have a chance, when you're still employed, a little extra or a bonus you can put in, this will work for you also if it's a high dividend payer, like ExxonMobil, like Cheniere. And every 3 months, they're giving you a 5% dividend.
And that's a pretty good amount, Martha, 5%.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is like stocks that are working for you. Don't worry about a lot of shares all at once. Very few of us have that. And if you sell a piece of property, you really had nothing to invest, and now you have 100, 200,000. I wouldn't waste money hiring a financial advisor, but I would recommend, and you say right up front, I just want 1 or 2 meetings, and get their advice on how you can save the most taxes on that lump sum. So have a good day, folks, and we will see you next time.